Evening, everyone. Getting ready to cut a rhinestone template and thought some newbies would like to see. This is actually a design that I'm creating for a jacket, and this is the layout that I'm getting ready to cut using the cameo and the rhinestone template material. Okay. My settings, I have it set on rhinestoning template material. It recommends a 6 blade, speed of 5, thickness of 33, and a double cut. Okay. You see a no cut up there, but it's actually going to cut because you see the red lines. Okay, so I'm getting ready to send this to cut. And I'm just gonna scroll down. It's recommended that you do a test cut, and when you do it, it just cuts like a little triangle. I will recommend any newbie do the test cut on every pre-cut so that you get comfortable with your machine. Me, I'm comfortable with the machine, so I'm not going to do a pre-cut in this tutorial. I'm going to send it to the silhouette, and there we go. Be back shortly and I will show you the next part. Okay, so it's completed its cutting. You and I are going to see how well it actually did. I have a glass top workstation, so I just really lay my template on the glass, and then I lift the template up and it leaves behind all the little inserts from the rhinestone template. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to actually start to peel away the blue layer and see how much of the template is actually left that's cut. All right, be back shortly. Looks good so far. I know this tutorial is kind of long, but I guess you guys, would really want to see. I can't hold the actual video and do this. But again, I have a glass top, so if you don't have a glass top, you can make a rhinestone template with like a sandwich platter, and then put a piece of the actual rhinestone template material down. I will show you one that I use after I do this part. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is what it looks like when you've removed all the pieces from the rhinestone template. Again, I have a glass top, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to scrape all of this off and throw the little pieces in the garbage. This is what the cut template looks like. Okay, I do see a couple pieces that I missed right up here. I'm advanced in rhinestoning, so I can go and hand place those little rhinestones, so that's not a problem for me. It doesn't justify a recut. I wish I didn't have to do one, but unfortunately I do. But in this situation, I'm not going to recut it. I'm just going to hand place those actual stones. It's maybe like 3 or 4 stones the most. This is what the chair girl looks like from the back. I have it flipped over. This is how I check to make sure that I have removed all my little pieces. There's no solid pieces still left. I'll give you a close-up zoom on it. This is not the most perfect piece of rhinestone template I've cut. But again, I'm advanced in rhinestone, so the little flaws that I do see, they're really not of a concern. You see here where there is a multiple cut. Again, I would just hand place those stones and they would be fine. Normally you would like for your rhinestones to have some spacing in between so everything lays evenly. You also see at the bottom a couple of the pieces that have been cut off. Again, I'm going to hand place those, so it's not going to be a problem. But this is a example of what it looks like. And you double check it to make sure that all your little pieces have been removed. If not, you flip it over and rub it on, rub it onto your area and lift it up again so that those areas will be removed. Earlier, I mentioned having a rhinestone tray. Well, basically, what you see is my little rhinestone tray. It was made out of a sandwich platter that my husband actually brought home from work. It's like one of those little plastic catering platters that they make sandwiches and put it on and put the plastic on. You can probably find something like this at the Dollar Tree or something like that. It's real economical. Basically, what I did was I took a piece of rhinestone template and I peeled away the backing and I placed it inside of it so that I can actually, make my rhinestone templates on top of it. And here you see I've placed a rhinestone template. You would actually take your rhinestone template once it's cut and you can place it on there and smooth it out and then peel it away slowly, and then all the dots that I just showed you on the table would actually stay behind on here and you would remove them from here. Okay, I like using a glass top table. It's real easy for me, but everything is not for everybody. You can kind of make your way to find out what's the best way for you to actually remove your pieces. But this is what it looks like prior to stoning, and my next step is to pour the stones in. I am now preparing to lay my rhinestones in. What I am using is the black SS10, and basically what I do is I just pour a pile onto the template, and then I use my rhinestone smoother brush, which is basically like a little edge or paint brush, and I just smooth them into place. You want to pour a lot so that the rubbing of the rhinestones together will force the other rhinestones to lay into their respective holes. Very light, very gentle, very soothing, and you will see your rhinestone template begin to take form as you're smoothing. It's kind of light back and forth motion. There's no particular stroke method. You're just brushing lightly. Basically kind of like rubbing the brush over top of the stones. Filling in any holes that's showing. And then as they fill up, you kind of just brush them into another area so that you can fill in those areas as well. I get excited every time I do a rhinestone. As many as I've done, every time I do one, the excitement builds in me like it's my first one, and I just love it. I find this very therapeutic for me, which is a day that I can actually use the therapy. So I'm glad to have a rhinestone design that I can work on. Look at this beauty taking place. Wow. She's gorgeous. Okay. And basically I'm just removing my excess stones. I do have a couple of little areas that I have to go back to. I'm going to use my tweezers for that. You're not going to see that part because I can't hold the tablet and record and place the stones as well. But basically that's the 1, 2, 3s of creating a rhinestone template and filling it with rhinestones. And I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I will place the comment section of the tutorial all the materials that I've used here. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment under the tutorial and I will get back to you as soon as possible. You'll see I have a couple of them that's flipped over. That's where I'll go back with my tweezers, and I will flip them over so everything is right side up. Okay, you want to make sure that you collectively get all your rhinestones laid flat. Okay, and that you remove any excess stones and any one that is missing. You're going to flip it over and fill in all of that. Okay, and there's our darling. Go rhinestones. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial as much as I've enjoyed using it and doing it for you. Have a great day.